Today we are testing out PLT makeup. Yes, Pretty Little Thing have makeup. I mean, like literally their own makeup brand. Like I did this with Boohoo when Boohoo released theirs. I have done Misguided Beauty in the past, so it's about time we did PLTs. And this, I don't want to give too much away. This is PLT makeup. I know. I got kind of playful because, I mean, I don't know. Let me show you just a quick. The palette spoke to me and I just did something like a little groovier. Just continue to watch. That's it. Guys, these PJs, I'm 100% in until further notice. How cute are these? These are from PLT, which is extremely fitting for this video. I don't know what to do with my makeup yet, so I'm kind of like undecided on what to like do. The outfit will be decided once we've got that situation decided. As always, I'm just popping on my NARS Orgasm lip mask and that can chill and do its thing while I do the eyes. I assumed it would make sense to start with the eyes, the eyeshadow palette first, just so we can grasp this situation, because obviously I have no idea how things are gonna go. Pretty Little Thing 42 shade palette. Simply Iconic, is that what it's called? Or have they just added that on there? This was so cheap, guys. I'm pretty sure I paid under £10 as well for a 42 Pan Eyeshadow Palette. That is mad. Get rid of that. Do you know what? I have to say that is beautiful. These shades, like, I feel like the sunset colors in here would be lush. Maybe that's what we should dive into. But do you know what's cool about this as well? Look how many neutral tones are in here too. And there's mattes, shimmers. Just looking at this, I can literally think of 1,000,001 looks we could do. And there's a mirror. Even better. I'm going to zoom you in a little bit more. My brows are done, by the way. I decided not to pick up any PLT brow products. I don't know, I didn't feel like trying them, and you guys know I'm fucking fussy. Brows are kind of boring anyway, so I thought we would skip that step. I am just going to take a little bit of concealer, blend that in, and I can use it to prep the lid ready for eyeshadow. Okay, cool. I'm not going to set that. We're going to leave like a tacky base. I'm definitely feeling some color, guys. I feel like that could be kind of fun to do. So I feel like the first shade I'm going to dip into, I feel like maybe Clueless. I've said this before, but yellow eyeshadows can be quite difficult to do because they're quite a what's the word, like a light color. They can kind of come off a little bit chalky, not as pigmented. So yeah, I'm gonna start with the yellow, guys. Can you see? Guys, look at that kickback. Not that that matters, I'm not fussy like that, but I just wanted to say, wow, look at that. Straight away I'm getting pigment. It's like a nice sort of like sunshiny yellow. Maybe because the base is wet, it's coming off a little bit like orangey. The base is tacky, so it's sticking to it a bit better, but the pigment, I mean, I literally can't complain. Okay, what if next we do maybe an orange? I feel like this shade here, Fire, that's like a neon orange, that's calling my name. Again, I'm really happy with the pigment of that. Before I add any more, I'm just gonna blend them two together. I'm also going to go back in with the brush that I did just use. This one here, which I use for the yellow, just to sort of blur the two together. Just giving all the sunset vibes. They're actually very easy to work with. Like there's no stubborn areas right now. They are nice matte shades though. I'm impressed with the pigment, to be fair. Like, look at that. I am just going to spend a second though, just sort of buffing the two together. Two colors down. What do we think about adding maybe like a pink on this outer corner? I'm feeling the blushed skin, so I feel like that will sort of like marry together in the corner really well, like blend. I'm going to take a fluffy sort of like pencil style brush to do this though, so I can kind of keep a shape. Listen, these choices of pink here, I don't know if to do this one or this one. Maybe we should mix these two. Oh my. PLT. What the hell? Look, it like pigment just keeps coming and coming and coming and coming. And then look, just like small little taps. I feel like they're already somewhat blended together. Obviously I need to go over a little bit more, but you get what I'm trying to say. Look at that. I've not even dipped in again. Like that is literally the color that I've used. What the hell? I'm just gonna blend this top edge like out a little bit. That's mad. That's mad. I have to be real, I was not expecting this form of pigment, like no way. Imagine, right, the colors are great and then the neutrals are great and you can create like a million different looks with this one palette. Guys, I've just got a tiny little bit of concealer on this brush just to sort of blend out these edges. That's a little tip I like to use to sort of buff things out if you feel like they're not as blended as they could be, or if you want to sort of like clean up this edge without anything sort of too strong. On a fluffy brush, just sort of dip it in a little bit of concealer, like a really small amount, and then you can just use it to sort of tap and buff everything out. When I tell you that right now I am beyond impressed with this palette and I've only used 3 shades, genuinely. Fair play, PLT. Guys, I feel like I want to do some type of like graphic liner. I feel like that's sort of missing to really like spice this up. Maybe like a little flame style liner. Could that be cool, or am I trying to do the most? I haven't picked up a liner from Pretty Little Thing. I don't know if they did one and I missed it, or if they like don't. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm telling myself and convincing myself that I'm allowed to do this. Just don't come for me. I'll make this quick, guys. I'm gonna use the Benefit They're Real Extreme Precision Liner. Okay, I think this is probably about as even as we're gonna get. I don't know where I was going with this, but this is just where we've ended up. So listen, we gotta roll with it now. Dipping into the PLT bag, we're gonna look for, I think I got primer. Oh yeah, we're stepping into the fun part now. It's time for skin, baby. My favorite part is skin, which is why I'm excited about it. But the PLT foundation, I've heard good things. More and more people have been talking about it, so we're gonna see what we think about it together. Anyway, primer. This primer is called the Instant Filter Primer Prep and Perfect. Apparently, this is gonna give us a blurring effect. It says a blurring effect of film formers. Never heard of that. Helps reduce the appearance of skin imperfections and create a flawless canvas for makeup. Sounds like exactly what I want to put on my face. Every time I feel the need to smell it. Every time. There's not really a scent though. Well, not that I can tell from here. Let's just apply this to the T-zone. Super interesting. That is feeling like a hybrid between, I'd say like a moisturizer and then like a thicker, I don't want to say silicone primer. I'm not the biggest fan of those, but it's almost got that like thicker, like, what am I trying to say? You know, as you're blending in, it kind of feels a bit like a soft matte formula. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting. Feels nice though. Primer is always something we're going to tell as we layer products on top of, but that's nice. That doesn't feel too heavy. Okay, guys, I'm pretty sure they had like a glowy illuminating primer. There definitely was another version as well as this, but this one, you guys know me. The bit that I'm excited for, the foundation. Guys, I'm just reading the descriptions on the back of the box, but apparently this is the ultimate everyday foundation. Give your makeup an upgrade with this lightweight and buildable coverage, a formula that helps, I made that up, that contains skin-loving hyaluronic acid and glycerin. Hyaluronic acid is the hydrating part, but glycerin, that's what you find in primers. That's kind of like gripping. Interesting. I wonder if that will help the makeup last. Okay, I'm intrigued. Okay, it looks like it comes in the same sort of container as the primer. By the way, I got 19 soft tan. I did just kind of try to find my shade on the PLT website, try to kind of gauge what would be best for me, and hopefully this will work. Should hopefully match with the tan okay. By the way, on the front it says squeeze tube slowly, so I'm sure there's been a few mistakes. You're lying. You're lying. Oh my god. Guys, I was trying to take off the little silver thing that like fell off and then it just went in my gob. You guys hear that? Wow. Okay, that is, whoa, look how liquidy that is. Definitely looks like a really, really nice shade though. I'm going to apply it with a brush, I think. I do have quite a few breakouts and stuff, so we'll see how it applies on the skin. Okay, nice. It literally looks like nothing on the skin. Definitely is lightweight. It feels like nothing as well. I actually can't feel it on my skin where it's so liquidy. To be fair though, look, it's covering pretty well. I would say that it's sort of like a medium coverage. I can still see my breakouts through, but you guys know how I roll normally. I would typically conceal the blemishes first and then apply the foundation. So on like a regular day or like my regular routine, honestly, that wouldn't make a difference. I just didn't want to do that now because I wanted to test the foundation to see how it is. That little bit went a really, really long way, you know. I'm definitely a fan of this color, you know. This is such a nice color if you fake tan. It's like not too yellow but not too like orange either. Perfect sort of like neutral tan shade like that. I don't think I could have got a better match if I tried. Just grabbed a tiny bit more on the brush. I'm gonna see if I can build up that coverage where it is so lightweight. I have a feeling I'll definitely be able to. Yeah, nice. Super glowy as well. I wonder how this will hold up on like someone like me who has oilier skin. That is looking lovely. Let me zoom you in so you can see the texture. This primer as well, I don't know if that's what's making it look super, super smooth as well, especially in the T-zone area. But look at the finish. Doesn't that look lovely? It looks so natural on the skin. It's almost like a second skin. Feels like that too. It's not heavy in the slightest. I mean, it's not that type of foundation, that's for sure. And it just pressed in beautifully. The only thing I'm thinking is how will this hold up? But to be fair, it's not like super glowy. It doesn't look greasy. It just looks healthy. One too many times I've used a foundation that just looks wet on the skin. Like it may as well just drip off. That second layer I put on as well, I feel like really did help to put everything together. So it's definitely buildable, which is nice. Doesn't even look like I did a second layer either. Like what the fuck? That is looking nice. I'm super intrigued now to see how other products lay on top. So PLT also do a concealer. I picked up two shades. I got 06 Beige as kind of like my base color, and then you guys know I always go for something lighter, so I also picked up, I think this is the lightest shade, Porcelain. No idea what this is meant to be like. I mean, let's open it and find out. On the front though, it does say buildable. So here are the two colors together. I actually think I picked some really, really good shades. I feel like that's going to be a really nice, just slightly brighter than my complexion color, and then this is going to just like bring it to life. I really like the packaging as well. It's just like super sleek and simple and like to the point. Let's start with beige. You know what? This is way sort of thicker than I thought it would be. It feels quite like, got a bit of substance to it. Like as I'm applying it to the skin, I can just feel that already. Here, I'm literally going to pop it in all the normal places. The applicator is a little bit annoying though. It doesn't hold a lot of product. It's quite small. I feel like I'm dipping in a lot, but then again, I do like my concealer. Cool, that's that shade done. Now we're going to switch over to 01 and just apply a little bit here. I'm going to take my baby marshmallow sponge to blend this in. So far, so good. The real test is always the under eye. You guys know this. Wow, guys, look at that. I feel like, is it looking really pale? Am I looking like a ghost? Promise I don't in real life. I don't really know what's going on with the lighting there, but that is looking good. I wasn't expecting this. I mean, it is just sort of like buffing into the skin super easily. That coverage as well, I'm gonna say that's high medium, 100%. Like, look at that. Look how bright my under eye looks. I feel like concealer really pulls everything together in terms of like coverage and just like the finish of the skin. This has done exactly that. That looks so lovely. One thing I will say that I've noticed is actually quite a nice matte formula, which I personally prefer. It's not matte like clay and dry. I mean, just like, it's a little bit thicker, isn't it? So I just feel like it's not one of those really like serumy, glowy concealers. It's giving me a little something to the skin. It's not dry or anything like that, but do you see like the difference, say, to like my skin here and then the under eye? You can see like the difference in terms of the finish. What? So far, so good. Let's pick out the cream contour now. Here we go. This is the blendable contour stick. I got 02 warm, which I'm hoping will be all right. I mean, it sounds like it will be. Here it is. Oh, nice. Definitely looks like the type of shade that I would use. I'm just going to feel this first, actually, before I apply it. Okay, nice. Yeah, that's really creamy. I just was checking to see if I want to like apply it straight to the skin or whether I should sort of like grab a brush and build it up. I'm going to... Wowza. The pigment. Okay, nice. That blended so easy. I actually think I'm safe to go in. Tap that in. It's blending out so easy. Look at that, guys. Really nicely pigmented as well. But not like too much where it's scary and not blending. I mean, just look at that. In a nice way. It's not like I feel like I need to do a million layers or anything like that. Like those two little swipes. Watch this. You just pat it into the skin. And I feel like I'm good. That is lovely, guys. Do you know what I'm also loving about this contour stick, right? It's not that super wet, glowy, feeling like it's gonna budge around and move around type of formula. Kind of reminds me of my my Primark stick, consistency-wise. I'll tell you what, because there's like a slanted edge, I'm gonna use like the longer side to go down the sides of my nose, and let's see what it's like for nose contour. This color as well is beautiful. It's not like super warm and orangey to the point where it just looks ridiculous when you're blending it on, but it's not cool toned either where it looks muddy. It's like the perfect in-between shade. Really lovely. Like this is the type of shade that I go for with cream contour. I mean, I like it to lean more on the warm side, but okay, not bad. It's not my favorite product for the nose. I think it's better to sort of grab a brush for the nose and sort of build it up as and when you need it. This for the skin, guys. I mean, look, you know, if I like a cream contour, right, I must like it. You know, because that Primark contour stick has a hold on me. This is coming close. Right, I don't actually have any cream blush, I don't think. I will double check. That's okay though, we can chill because I do have a powder blush, of course. So let's hit it with setting powder then. This is the PLT, of course, setting powder, this soft focus finish. I don't think there's a shade. I think it's just translucent. Yeah, this translucent and lightweight powder helps to set makeup and mattify skin, creating a flawless finish with staying power. Oh, music to my ears. That is music to my ears. One thing I am hoping though is it's not one of those like soft focus powders that are almost, you know, when they feel like nothing, and I feel like the flashback is just mental on those powders. That is feeling like exactly what I was just talking about. I'm gonna use my sponge like I normally would and press it in. I mean, look, I'll zoom you in again so you can like see the difference. Super smooth, super matte in comparison to this. Like the texture is definitely gone. We pat it into the skin and I mean, look at that. It's super lightweight as well. It's one of those, I mean, these type of powders don't look powdery. I won't lie, I'm low-key scared to like use this over my entire face in case I just look like James Charles. Tell you what, I'll set the center with it. Forehead, look at it instantly taking away the shine. I will just quickly take my own powder though, just to set the rest of the skin. I will say, right, the powder does look nice on the skin. It is smooth and there's nothing wrong with the finish of it. I can't slate it, but I do have powders that do the exact same thing as this. Yeah, it's just not wowing me, and I kind of feel like with powders I know my formulas, and I just Moving on to powder bronzer. This says it has a natural matte finish. I got 02 medium. Why on the back though does it say get set glow and then it says matte? Allows you to buff and blend onto the skin easily. Perfect for adding definition to your base. I tell you what, these brands love a big bronzer, don't they? Boohoo was the same as well. The bronzers are huge. That's definitely looking matte though. In like the pan, I can tell there's no shimmer or anything to it. Do you see that difference? It's definitely enhancing that cream bronzer. Do you know what I'm liking about it too? Is I can sort of like go in and it's sort of tap it on. And I mean, you can see the colour sort of coming instantly, but it's like not like scary to use. The formula is really, really nice as well. It's nice and matte, blending in lovely as well. Again, like it isn't too warm or orangey. I feel like the PL2 stuff is quite a nice shade. Obviously though, one thing I will say, and I forgot to say earlier, in terms of shades, definitely could do with more, 100%. But what they have, it's looking good. It's done exactly what you want your bronzer to do. That's nice. I'm seriously waiting for something to be shit, to be honest. Right, let's try this. This powder blush honestly intrigues me because tell me why the colour of this blush says it's colour changing. Like that's the name of the shade. This shade though, guys, look at this. Look at this. I'm obsessed. Is this going to change on my skin or is it going to... I just don't quite understand that. It just says it's an ultra pigmented formula that provides buildable colour for a radiant and healthy looking glow. Cool tone baby pinks like this I love. I'm hoping it will show up on the skin and like it won't just be super sort of powdery and pastel. Right, let's grab a brush. Let's not be shy. Let's just go straight in. Oh, I think it's a little bit too light. Can you see? Like I can see the colour coming, but I think it's just looking a little bit grey on me. Damn it. I was so looking forward to that. Like I was hoping it would come up like a really nice cool toned like that. This is the shade I was hoping for, but it's just a bit too sort of like powdery and pastel for my skin tone. If he was really pale, I feel like this could work and look beautiful, but on me, I'm like building up, but it's leaving almost like a white cast on the skin. Okay, let me just fix that. Maybe, guys, I just had a thought. I'm going to take a slightly smaller brush and I'm actually going to dip into this shade here that we used on the eye. This is called PLT Pink. Oh yeah. Yeah, guys, look how stinking cute that is. Oh my god, that is like the perfect, like, and obviously where these eyeshadows are pigmented anyway, like look, you get the color immediately. Perfect like bubblegummy pink shade. It's still got that nice sort of like cool toned color. That is so cute. Obviously though, this isn't ideal, right? Like nobody wants to be taking around a fucking huge ass eyeshadow palette just to use one shade for their blush. Guys, that shade. Stop. I'm also going to take some of the darker pink shade, which is Too Sweet, which is the shade next to it that we also used on the eyes, just for underneath the eyeshadows to blend it into the blush. To be fair though, obviously in the powder blushes, they did have a couple of other colours. Quite honestly, this is a vibe. Just actually going to add a little bit to my nose there as well. So cute. Right, let's do highlighter. 2 products I have for highlighter. Let's have a look at them and see which one we're going to go for. This is a newer launch though. I actually picked this up a couple days after like my first order because it intrigued me. We've got the Dewy Glow Stick. This is in Champagne. Maybe we'll open this and have a look first. Of course, I chose to go for the more sort of like cream highlighters because you guys know that's what I'm into. Okay, nice. Let's give it a little swatch. Wow, that almost feels like a balm. Okay, nice. Wow, look how soft that is. Where I swatched it, I'm almost like kind of messed it up a little bit. You see that? Then I also have this, which is the glitter gel. See, glitter, I'm thinking, oh, now, but I'm going to pop a picture on right now of the model and it just looked like her skin was wet. I got this in shade white. This lightweight gel formula provides an ultra intense sparkle and is packed with pigment. It's almost like a glitter, like jelly. Let me show you up close. So you see how it sort of holds its form? No, wait, that's on the eye. You know when you see on like TikTok and stuff, right, when people do that eye look and then they put that like veil of like almost like glitter on the eye, it doesn't have pigment to it, it's just like the pure sort of glitter. That would be perfect. All the little specks, and obviously there's no base color, so that would just like, I mean, that would look gorgeous on the eye. Maybe we will. I'm gonna go with a stick though for the skin because I feel like this just feels a little bit more like of what I would use on like a regular basis. Do you know what, I think I'll still take my sponge, but I'm just gonna sort of pick it up like this, softly bounce it onto the skin. Looks nice. It's quite like soft. It's just sort of melting. Wow, that's nice. That's melting like on top of the skin, and it's not disturbed any product underneath. I am just gonna hit it up here too a little bit. It's not too wet. Do you know what I mean? Like it's sort of settled nicely on top of everything. Obviously as well, where it's like a cream stick, there's no glitter or anything to it. That's really nice. Look at that, guys. See, I love highlight like products like this. I think they're the best. They look the most natural, like, but look how glowy the skin looks. Products like this can turn like a matte base into just something special. Nice. What the hell? What is going on, man? I'm so confused. These products are low-key kind of bagging. Before I do anything, let me just dust off this nose quickly. Right, let's bounce the lips. I do actually only have one lip liner pencil here, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it works. There wasn't a lot of shades on there that I actually liked, but this one is called dark brown, so my fingers are crossed. There was also another colour I liked. I think it was called like coffee, or it looked like a nice chocolatey brown, but let's give this one a go. Okay, cool. It's like a nice retractable. I was about to say it's a nice retract. See, that is not dark brown. Look, and it's just broke on me. Great. That's not dark brown. Like, I'm sorry, but that's literally like a pink. Yeah, no. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't. I can't with shades like this. Because I overline, I need something a bit darker and a little bit more intense to sort of be able to do that. That is way, I feel like that's way too creamy. You know, it's almost like melting like butter. It's just sort of like falling into nothing. Yeah. No, thank you. Let's go in with my Cash Beauty Rust Nude Lip Liner because I know it's safe and I know I like it. For lipstick, I only picked up one shade. I don't think I was impressed with like the nude range. I don't think they were very me. I am kind of particular though, but I did go for this one. This is the matte finish one. This is in deep pink. Here she is. I like that packaging, like the square box. That's nice. Oh, I don't think that's meant to happen. Okay, nice. It's got the little embossed PLT on it as well. The actual bullet though doesn't look matte. Like that doesn't look like a matte formula to me. Oh my god, no. That's just like a creamy lipstick. Let's just tap it on and see how it goes. I mean, it's not bad. It's just a very standard lip gloss lipstick, sorry. It is a nice pink shade, but in terms of the formula, it's nothing out of the ordinary or anything to write home about. It's just a basic creamy lipstick. I don't know why it says matte on it because it's definitely not matte. I did, however, pick up two lip glosses though. Guys, look at this one. That doesn't even look real. That looks so good. So these are the High Shine Lip Gloss. This one here, this is 02 Light Pink, which I will swatch. Okay, cute. It's like a milky kind of pink. But this one, this is called just gold. See, I picked up this one because this is kind of giving me like Fenty Beauty vibes, like lemon lava. Do you know what I mean? With like the gold kind of reflexing. I think I've got to put this one on. See, now I don't know whether you guys can see, right? But in real life, I can see the sort of slight gold pigment to it, like the little flecks in it. Also, feels super, super comfortable. It's like that oil formula that I like to say. Not sticky at all. Look at the shine. See, now that is nice. I way prefer that to like the actual like lipsticks. I can imagine that in flash would look so cool because you can literally see like the little flecks. I like the fact as well it doesn't look like that color on your lips. Like it's not like gold, like a gold bar on your lips. It's just that nice like golden like yes to that. Then last but by no means least, I have setting spray here. So I picked up the Mattifying setting spray. They did also have like a glowy one too. By the way, this actually come in a bundle with the primer. You can get little bundles on PLT too. I don't mind a matte setting spray though because of my skin type. Love that packaging. Clear bottle. That looks lush. Doesn't smell like anything. The mist on that is nice. It's not aggressive. It's not too much, but it gets you wet at the same time. You know when you can feel it on your skin? That's what I like with my setting spray. I like to put like a nice sort of like wet layer on my skin and then kind of let that sink in and do what it's got to do. It does say on it though, prep, set and refresh. So I'm going to assume this isn't really like a setting spray, like a fixing spray. I feel like it's more maybe with like a finishing spray. I don't know. Feels nice though, and I like the fact there's no strong scent at all. Just kind of smells a little bit clean. Guys, that is everything. I don't know whether to put this on my lids, guys. I don't know. I feel like I'm tempted to try it. Maybe we should put it on the inner corner first and then let's see. By the way, I forgot to say I actually put like a shimmery yellow in the inner corner, one of the shimmers from the palettes, and it's lovely. I can't really tell if that done a lot, to be honest. It feels quite wet. I'm too kind of scared to put too much on, just in case it like lifts anything. I'm just getting carried away now, stop. I think, guys, this is everything. Let's talk about it. Guys, what the hell? What the hell? I'm still kind of like shocked that this is PLT. Like there are some products in here that I'm so impressed with. Swear to God, I liked everything. Maybe apart from the setting powder, this is just something I wouldn't use. The lip products, except the lip gloss, not for me either. And the blush, I guess, is just because it's not the right shade, but the formula's nice. It was just a bit too light for me. Like guys, what I'm gonna do for you is in the description box, I'll list all the products, and then this is what I normally do, but the ones with stars, they're the ones that I love, because there's some things in here that genuinely you'll see me use again, like 100%. Like let me show you the skin quickly up close. Let me just show you everything as like a final thing. The skin, especially like the foundation and concealer, are you joking? Those particular products I feel like are staples in people's makeup, right? Like for me, I don't tend to switch out my foundation and concealer a lot. Like I have a few that I love and I kind of go between. I prefer PLT's makeup to Boohoo. Like Boohoo have like a few gems, PLT have more of them. They're not expensive, as you can imagine. Well done, PLT babes. Well